we were all on this earth earlier this year when the whole CEO of Astronomer at the Coldplay concerts was caught on cam with his chief people officer. These things happen.
Like maybe you know someone, maybe even you have been in a similar sort of office typey kind of thing before.
Yeah.
I've been, I'm not even like, yes.
It's just work. We're trying not to take it too seriously.
But really, it is your career and you need to take ownership of it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Career Diaries Fall 6. We have missed you. The last time we aired was 2 weeks ago. Anyway, we're back. We're back and better. Today, we're talking about a very interesting topic, one that has always been there. It's sort of like an open secret. People know it happens. People don't want to talk about it. But jumping right into it, today we're talking about love, lust, and laws.
LLL.
LLL.
Please, I didn't say that.
LLL. Love, lust, and laws. The company romance dilemma. We all know someone that knows someone, or we all know someone who has gotten in a love relationship or a lust relationship with a colleague.
Yep.
We were all on this earth earlier this year when the whole CEO of Astronomer at the Coldplay concerts was caught on cam with his chief people officer. These things happen, and on Career Diaries we want to talk about.
Yep. They came and I feel like a couple of people actually reached out to us to say that, are you guys not going to talk about office romance things like that? So this is the episode.
Yes.
So share it. Let people know that
we're talking about
it now.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Akers, for just opening up. So really, like, we're going to be unpacking that, that piece, and some actually end up in beautiful, happy ending.
Yes.
I know a couple of people actually that it worked out for them, great, but it's just one out of, I don't know, maybe 20 or something. Because trust me, it can get very messy. Like Dickem said, the Astronomer, case that happened earlier this year, or maybe this year even. So that got really messy, right? And maybe not as bad as that.
Yeah, that's extreme.
That's extreme. That's extreme, but it can really get messy, get very complicated. The lines get very, blurred and all of that. But we're going to be talking all of that today in today's session.
Yeah.
So, go.
All right. So the first segment we have is the reality of office romances. The truth is, as adults, you spend most of your time in the workplace.
Yeah.
Whether you're working from home or you're working physically in the office, point is you're interacting the most with your colleagues.
Yep.
If there are 24 hours in a day, chances are half of those hours you are spending doing something work related.
Yeah.
So you whether you like it or not, you get close to your colleagues, right? Either you're working on a project or whatever. So the reality is that this is, as an adult, this is the area where you're spending most of your time. Chances are you're talking to your colleagues more than you talk to your spouse, more than you talk to your siblings, more than you talk to your best friends.
Yes.
Right?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely. And I think, like, maybe you know someone, maybe even you have been in a similar sort of office typey kind of thing before.
Yeah.
I've been, I'm not even like, yes.
You've had a fling.
No. Not
where's the cheer?
Wait. So
there's a cheer.
Let me go back now. Before we when did it happen? Who did it happen?
Because I didn't know.
The fling did not fling. He did not fling. But the fling has levels. Please, not enter the fling part.
Okay.
But for sure, like in fact, this is probably will remember.
I don't remember.
I don't mention the name of the company because if you who are in that company, remember, like what you're like, that's what was happening.
Was I in that company?
Oh yes, you were.
Wow.
Yes, you were. I'll tell you after this. But anyway, yes, it happens. But that was but it came out from from the fact that because we're spending a lot of time together, and just these things just you're not going there to like you didn't think about it like, oh, this is what I want, this is it was a strategy. No, it will always burn out of that whole closeness. You guys spend so much time together. And it's now become, if I'm staying late at work will not be a problem anymore. Because that gives you guys more time. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think what we need to be very, I think, and that's what we're talking about it now, is the fact that there are certain, I will talk about it like, okay, is it right, is it wrong? I don't think it's wrong, really. Like, it's not like obviously everybody's an adult, right?
Yeah.
But it's just where do you, draw the line? Where should you be cautious? Where should you be?
Yeah.
And a lot of these things always still comes down to the laws, like what policies govern that within your organization. I think that's where we need to start from,
right.
And that's how and that would then give context into, okay, is this something worth pursuing, or if you're pursuing it, so within the workplace, how should we make that
right.
open, to other colleagues and things like that. So that's where do you need to tell HR?
Yeah.
Where does HR need to get involved? All of these things, I think it really will be based on the company policies.
Yes. Yeah. Because this topic is love, lust, and laws. Your labor laws, I don't think you'll find any labor law anywhere that prohibits people from dating in the workplace. You're adults, it should be consensual, and two adults get into it. However, company laws overshadow. Is it overshadow? Or
they don't overshadow, but I think I know what you're talking about. But
they take precedence, right?
Yes, from laws, from labor laws.
Yes. Yeah. So company laws should then state specifically what is allowed to what extent, etc. When it comes to love, lust, and laws, I think where it becomes risky, where it moves from cute, oh, they're so cute, to risky is when there is a power imbalance.
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
When one person then has the influence or power to make like promotion decisions, pay raise decisions, visibility, work project decisions, then it moves from cute to risky.
Yeah.
Like, is there a conflict of interest here? Is this person going to be biased and play favoritism or not? And of course, we're also going to talk about when the love goes sour, if the love goes sour, what then happens? Will there be retaliation? And all of these stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So let's look at let's look at love, lust, and the legal lines. Right? Paula, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I can, for sure. I think we already touched on it a little, but like there's no law that says you cannot date anyone. Again, like everyone's an adult here. But where you probably will find some company policies will actually state clearly that what, it's not even allowed. Don't date anybody or whatever. And some will be like, and some it may not be spelled out, but it could be like maybe spelled under like harassment, like an harassment policy, or maybe something under there's another one that came to mind now from harassment, and I can't remember now. But anyway, like it's and I think it's about the retaliation as well. Like okay, what would that look like? So it really, that's where legal piece comes to play. I think that's where you need to be very careful.
Yeah. So
I think first of all, really know what your organization says about those things. Some organizations would clearly tell you that okay, maybe you need to get HR involved, particularly when it's getting like more serious, and you know that some organizations are like, oh, I worked in an organization where it's okay as long as both of you are not in the same. Oh, so not like it was okay, but it was more like you can be married, but as long as you're not in the same department.
Yeah.
That was kind of, but for you to have gotten married, it means that you people were dating and everybody knew, so. And it wasn't like we said you have to come and tell HR. It was just like, it has to be the same department. So I think know the company laws, your company laws, rather, company policies. And I think that will, first of all, that will guide you, in terms of what to do and what to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Bukola said, a lot of companies, what they opt for is just declare your relationship. HR just wants to know. Sometimes it's even as a backup for emergency contact. Sometimes it's just to make sure that the gray lines or the gray areas are removed, conflict of interest, things like that. Some companies are flexible, even if you guys are in the same department. So some companies are flexible enough to change the department of one of them just to remove that conflict bit. Another thing we're seeing, Bukola, is some companies have now devised something called the love contract. Yes. A lot of companies are picking it up. So what that means is HR draws up this 1-pager, 2-pager, So both adults sign that this is consensual.
Mm-hmm.
This is, there is no harassment, there is no force involved. Both adults are in love and in the relationship. So it also takes away the liability from the organization.
Mm-hmm.
It takes away accountability from the organization if anything goes south.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. So I know it may sound extreme, really, like how will I have it? Are you joking? Love contract, but trust me, you don't want to become like. Honestly, I don't think the case for the example that's a normal case and everything. I don't think there was anything like that in play, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was even messier because these people had families, they had all of those things.
That was lost.
Yeah, that was lost. True, that was lost. That was what we've heard stories. Remember the LBC story as well?
Oh my god, that story blew me away, Bukola.
Oh wow. Yeah, the RBC. I don't think the guy was married though, but she was married. The vice president was married.
Yeah.
Or the top person exactly was married. So it was only different, but it was that thing where power imbalance, came to play, and the guy was promoted every day. He was,
she influenced his promotion heavily,
and it was just. So, and in fact, even in that, even when they got caught and it became messy and all of that, it was clear that it was consensual.
Mm-hmm.
So they couldn't really fault them, but it was just what that relationship did. Should he really have been promoted at that time?
Yes.
The bonus he got, things that it was. I think that was where that's where the reputation and the impact that it had on LPC now became something that was a public issue and all that. But yes, so and that's why this kind of a love contract, declaring to HR and all of this. I think it's really important that that comes to play. But something I was trying to remember and just went through my train of thought. Okay, yes, it was a movie. It was a movie though, but it was just something similar as well. The lady was a copper. And a copper, so it was doing an NYC. This small Nigerians will probably get this. And the guy, the lady was posted to this guy's team, who was a full-time member of that particular organization. Mm-hmm. But it was so funny where this lady literally threw herself at this guy, threw herself completely at this guy until the guy gave in and now became. They didn't exactly spell out the relationship. It was just vibing. But things got bad after an office party. She went home with the guy. She even suggested it. Went home with the guy. They had a few drinks and then one thing led to another and then whatever. But the next morning, can you imagine? The next morning, the guy wakes up to policeman at his door saying that he's been accused of rape.
Oh wow!
And it was like, are you guys okay? Rape how?
Wow.
Long story cut short. They did series of investigation, forensics, and even forensics did declare that there was no force involved. They're fine. It did show a DNA of the guy's semen and everything, but there was no force or anything. Okay, so why is this girl saying she was? But the girl kept saying that when they started, in the moment, she said no. And it was like, all these things that you've been giving me.
Wow.
When we now say you don't want to do no, are you normal? But now, yeah, maybe that's in a movie, whatever. But my point is, even in that whole, you guys have been locked in.
Yeah.
But can you imagine how things can just flip and just turn otherwise? So it may seem like everything is going well in the moment, but you need to be very careful. I think what we are saying.
Yeah.
You need to be very, very careful.
Absolutely. It's a thin line.
Yeah.
It's a thin line. I know some people think it's strange or I'm not going to declare my relationship, but I think it does more good than harm in you declaring it. It's better for people to be aware so that if cases like this, come up, at least you have some form of cover to say, this is an actual relationship that was declared, right? So please, fall in love all you want. I mean,
all about that.
I mean, whatever makes you happy. But just make sure that the thin lines, you're not walking on thin lines or eggshells, and you're protecting yourself as much as possible.
Yes.
The next thing I think we should talk about is when or if it goes bad. How do people handle it? We've already said earlier that this, the workplace is where you spend most of your time. Now you start dating this person. Everything is rosy and shiny. You're in love. And then
or lost.
Yeah, you're in love or lost.
Yeah.
Point is, you have this honeymoon period where you are over the moon and blah blah blah, and then it goes south. how do you manage yourself? How do you manage the work relationship? How can you still be in that organization and concentrate and do work without feeling like, you know, there are daggers on your back?
No, that's very, very true. But I won't come here and tell you that, oh, separate work and this is you're not busy, especially if you're seeing the person every day.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. But I think you need to understand, first of all, what brought you to the organization is work. Remember that first of all. Like, you are there to do work. You have, you know, clear things I need to do, and you need to deliver on that. Forget all, like, okay, fine, I must say forget whatever is going on, but remember that you are there for serious business. And if it means, even if you feel like if, you know, something has gone sour and it's going to impact your productivity, maybe just being open to your boss or whatever, or HR or whatever, maybe taking some time off. If that was, but you can't for the sake of it going sour, then you're not having the productivity, you're just a mess. Everybody, like, just everything just goes sour. Like, you can't use, like, whatever is going on in your love life shouldn't impact. And don't expect that people will think, oh, because, oh, we know because both of them are not now, you know, they don't work together. Oh, don't expect that the company will shut down because
you're going through heartbreak.
Going through a heartbreak. No, then take some time off.
Yeah.
If you need to, take some time off. But because it's something that's already in a workplace setting, I feel like you need to let maybe a supervisor know, or someone, you know, maybe HR, you know, let HR know, but definitely talk about it and get the time off that you need to make sure that you come back and, you know, you're fully into it. And now it's both parties as well. So, and maybe one party is able to handle it better. That's okay. But I think be honest with yourself. Assess what you need in that moment, but you need to speak about it, talk about it to in any of these parties, and then maybe that will help.
Absolutely. The point I'm going to chime in would be, you know, it depends on how messy it is. It depends on how heartbroken you are. Some people might want to change geography, right? They might want to change, like, actual office locations. If your office is big enough and you have different branches or locations, it's something you could consider if the heartbreak is that heavy.
Or leave the organization even.
That's extreme. But obviously, don't let heartbreak drive you to hunger. Don't go and leave the organization when you don't have another. That would be foolish, actually. I hope you don't do that. I hope you're more in control of your emotions. The other thing, like Bukola said, is you can't talk to HR. You can. HR has transcended just, or gone beyond just, like, these transactional interactions. HR is now talking about more mental and physical stuff. The organizations are now providing EAP, employee assistance programs. And those could cover things like this, just helping you go through it. Another thing, there was something. Okay, on the other side, when heartbreak or a relationship goes south, when heartbreak happens or a relationship goes south, the other side is the person with the higher power now sort of retaliating. Say promotion is coming up, they withhold your name, they pass you over, things like that. Again, that's why HR should be in the know.
Yes.
Right? If HR is in the know, HR can checkmate those decisions or critique those decisions. HR can remind the person about the policies around harassment, retaliation, etc. It might not even be targeted. HR will just say, we're doing a company-wide reorientation and retraining, just to bring it back to the person's memory that XYZ is not permitted. These things are not permitted. These things are prohibited, etc. So it's important. And then for you, if you are the person who has the higher power, also just be more mature. Relationships end sometimes, right? Do not use it as a tool. Do not weaponize it and use it as a tool against the person who broke your heart. You are a full-grown adult. Do you understand what I mean? Like, just as much as possible, try to keep it about work and professional. If the person has earned the right to be promoted, if the person has earned the right to go on for a training in Europe, please allow them be. Right? Don't use it as a weapon. Oh, she broke my heart. I'm going to show her. That trip to China, she can never be there.
She will be there.
Okay.
I mean, I just wanted to mention something as well. And what do you think about this? Like, where it's obvious that two people may have, like, similar, like this, the movie I just shared with you now. By the way, that organization had a policy as well around not fraternizing with other co-workers. But the CEO of the company said something that, but they didn't uphold the policy because they are one big family.
Yeah.
But anyway, my point is, what I was trying to say was, but where it's obvious, but all the co-workers knew there was something going on. Like it was, and it was also clear that it was the lady who was really putting herself, in front of the guy's face. Do you think in that moment HR should have called them? Like, so they didn't come and declare, but should HR have stepped in there? Maybe for the sake of just covering your back and say, you know what, guys, we're hearing this, we're seeing this. I want to hear from both of you. What are you guys having something here? If you are not, and maybe HR now gives some kind of counsel to say, if you are not, then this is the implication of what could happen if you don't. I don't know. What do you think about that?
I think it depends.
That's why I put you on the spot, but yeah, it was just something that
I think you would hardly find an HR in Western countries stepping in.
Yeah.
Right?
True, actually.
Because they will always say they're adults, whatever they're doing is their business, right? Provided work is not affected. But I think in countries like Nigeria, you'll find HR stepping in. Obviously, because of our cultural influence and things like that, you'll find HR stepping in. So to answer your question directly, if I am HR in Nigeria and an HR person in Nigeria, I will step in. I've done it before. There were rumors flying. I even remember the company. Rumors flying about some people, blah, blah, blah. And I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't any power imbalance or conflict of interest. And I had, I called different one-to-ones with them at, respective times. And I stepped in. Here abroad, I will face my bloody business. I'll face my bloody business.
Oh, it's not to your taste.
Listen. Yeah, so that's
everybody will be alright.
Yeah, because you might call these people and they'll be like, it's not your business. Like, how is my relationship your business?
Then you come and issue again.
Exactly. They will not go and report you for overstepping.
Yeah, intruding in their privacy.
Yeah.
Invading their privacy rather. Oh yes, actually, I love how you that depends on the context and where you are.
Yeah,
it's all determined that. But okay, that was just something that crossed my mind. But I think just to build on that, you know what they always say, like Shadi here, that you can't say you're ignorant of certain things. Like if you didn't know about law, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So same thing goes
ignorance
here.
is not an excuse.
It's not an excuse. I think as a baseline, I feel something like this should be in a company policy. Yeah, personal opinion. I feel like something of this nature, not just harassment now. Harassment is a different case entirely, and that is always clear and everything. But I think around managing workplace relations, there should be something along those lines in your company policy, like standard. Now, and obviously every new hire, any newcomer has access to the policy, they know it. But now whether they know or not, it's a different case. But at least have that, and then if you're involved in that, don't assume that you didn't know it was in your policy. When you know things are getting serious, please go and check. Does this exist in the policy? What does the policy say about it? And they can that inform how that relationship progresses, or it may even still progress, but you know what you're up against, and everybody is fine, and no problem about that. So yeah.
Absolutely. Policies are so important, and for HR people listening, another way to do it is just keep having refresher trainings.
Yes.
Policies can be lengthy. Yes, we have said ignorance is not an excuse, but on the other side, as HR, it's also sort of your responsibility to keep bringing out some of these things in the policy to the limelight, to the fore, so that people remember. And when people do sort of what's the word we were using? Declare their relationships to you as HR. Remember that confidentiality is one of your traits. It's such a key trait in HR. Do not make them feel funny about it that they disclosed.
Or start looking at them funny
afterwards. Or you'll see one of them and you'll be cutting your eye. Why? Like, don't make it awkward, right?
It's really reminding me of something.
Oh my god. Don't make it weird. Let them be. Don't shame them for it. If it goes south, it's not the time to say I said it, or I was thinking it, or I always thought this relationship was off. You're not their relationship counselor. It's not for you to weigh in or whatever. So please keep it confidential. Do not shame them or make them feel awkward for being in a relationship or declaring it to you.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it was like a wrap, right?
Yeah, I think that's a wrap. My closing line would be, it's to fall in love is human.
I love keep
Listen.
Actually, love or loss is actually human, because some is usually having an affair, and it's okay.
Yes.
If you have, I don't mean it's okay, but I'm not your moral captain here, but yeah, it's okay. Either way, just
Bukola has been lost in the workplace. She's told us. But at the end of the day, apply wisdom.
Yeah.
There's this company I worked at, and I kid you not, I can count 5 marriages that happened, like colleagues getting married. Yes.
So nice.
In fact, I think I can even mention it. Tarragon Group.
Tarragon is really,
Tarragon. Shout out to Tarragon Group.
Wow.
Like so many couples from Tarragon Group, so many young, vibrant, intelligent people that got married. Really proud of that organization. My point is, these things work. It's not always negative. But just make sure that you're doing it with wisdom. Make sure you're not a married person having an affair. You shouldn't even be having an affair. Talk less of having an affair with your colleague.
There are no moral compass people here. Let's just leave it.
I know me. I was saying, shame on you. But really, if you are going to fall in love in the workplace, apply wisdom. So that love doesn't go from cute to like the astronomer guy or these people we've talked about. It can quickly go from love to liability. Like the story Bukola shared. So please apply wisdom.
Absolutely. Guys, please fall in love away. Love away.
Bukola loves love.
Not lost though. I would say I'm not your moral cover, but yes, no, don't do it now. Don't do it. But yeah, fall in love and all that, but apply wisdom. Love with sense.
Love with sense.
Love with your eyes. Love is not blind in the company, in the organization. Love has eyes. All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Take care. Bye.